It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A female prison officer at Cessnock Jail has been suspended after reports she sent a picture of herself to fellow staff pointing a loaded gun to her head. The Telegraph reports the woman was on a hospital escort when she allegedly posed with the .38 caliber pistol. She's also accused of FaceTiming her friends with an inmate in the background. Corrective Services says she was immediately suspended in December after the allegations of misconduct came to light. Former New South Wales Labor Minister Ian McDonald and former union boss John Maitland will face a retrial over allegations of corrupt conduct in granting a Hunter Valley mining exploration licence in 2008. The pair walked free from jail yesterday after the Court of Appeal found there was an error in the directions to the jury about why McDonald granted the licence and whether he did it to solely benefit John Maitland and to leave all other issues surrounding the case aside. Ian McDonald is maintaining his innocence, telling reporters there needs to be an inquiry into the ICAC probe, which led to him being jailed.
There was much in the way of exculpatory evidence that was hidden from the original inquiry, which has set the scene, I believe, for a long period of victimisation that I have experienced in the media.
A Lake Macquarie service station worker has been left shaken but unharmed after a frightening armed robbery overnight. 3 males pulled up in a car in the driveway of the BP outlet on Macquarie Drive at Valentine about 2:15 this morning. Police say the trio, who had their faces covered, forced their way through the locked front doors and threatened the male console operator with a knife. One of the offenders was also armed with a metal bar. They escaped with a small sum of money and cigarettes, with their getaway car found dumped nearby. The worker wasn't injured. The final report has been delivered by the Upper House inquiry into the privatisation of the Port of Newcastle. The committee recommends the state government examine the potential for a container terminal in Newcastle and review its current port policy. Newcastle MP Tim Crackenthorpe says the report's findings are good.
I do welcome the recommendations. We really need to get a good freight rail policy up and running, and we also need to get a container terminal in Newcastle. So another step in this long process, but I've been fighting for 4 years on this issue, so I won't give up till we've got it here.
Lake Macquarie Council has voted to continue with the city's controversial bin system, despite calls for change from residents. Ever since Council decided last July to have the red general waste bins collected fortnightly, some residents have been up in arms about overflowing bins filled with rotting garbage. Last night, Council decided to persevere with the new service, choosing instead to better promote the opt-in additional pickups, especially for families dealing with dirty nappies and medical waste, and to provide more durable compost bags. Maitland, Kurri and Port Stephens could see local government jobs created under a shortened Labor government. The latest election promise from the federal opposition pledges to deliver 50 jobs with the Department of Human Services to the region. Paterson MP Meryl Swanson says it's yet to be determined whether the jobs will be in person or over the phone.
There are going to be 50 extra full-time permanent staff in our region that will be able to help people who go to Centrelink that are currently waiting hours on the phone or queuing forever in Centrelink and just finding the whole thing really frustrating.
2NURFM Sport.
As the Newcastle Jets prepare to play their 5th game in 17 days, one of their most reliable players has signed on for another 2 seasons. Nikolai Topol-Stanley hasn't missed a minute of football since rejoining the club 2 years ago. The 34-year-old central defender will remain with Newcastle until the end of the 2020-21 A-League campaign. The Newcastle Knights believe a new deal struck with Keolis Downer and Venues New South Wales will help boost attendance at home games this season. For the first time, members and ticket holders will be able to catch a free bus to and from the game, with services running every 15 minutes for 2 hours before and 1 hour after the match. CEO Phil Gardner believes the move will help pack the stadium on game day.
You know, we run on in front of that packed stadium, the roar of the crowd's going to get our players home. Anything we can do to get people to the stadium to enjoy that experience is a really positive thing for us. We expect to have a great season this season. This is an issue to get people safely to and from the stadium.
And Newcastle and Hunter Rugby Union officials say they've been given approval from Rugby Australia and New South Wales Rugby to hold talks with Global Rapid Rugby about the possibility of entering a Hunter team in a new professional Asia Pacific tournament next year. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 14, 40, 25, 5, 23 and 18, and the supplementaries are 19 and 3. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.